Our journey is about to come to an end. Well, for the Sixth Doctor's era, that is. And the trial is about to conclude, though not as originally intended. So for a bit of background, some of which I hinted at in a previous episode, Robert Holmes wrote the first part of the story, and then, when writing the second, fell ill and died. Since Holmes had played a massive part in the planning of Season 23, this kind of sent the production team into a massive panic, meaning the production office probably looked like this. So Eric Sayward picked it up, wrote a script, and John Nathan Turner went, "Nah, Michael Grade will probably use this to cancel us again." And while this wasn't the first time the two butted heads, this would actually be the last, as Sayward got so aggravated he just quit, meaning now J&T looked like this. This is where Pip and Jane Baker come in. They wrote the final story, so tried to figure out the ending, and just made it up because they weren't allowed to see Sayward's original script. So while I do still think that the Bakers are really crap writers, this one I cut them some slack for, because they were literally forced to make it up as they went along. So yeah, this story was kind of doomed from the start, but lucky for us it's only 2 parts, so it should be so much easier. Let's get this over with. The Ultimate Foe, Part 13 of The Trial of a Time Lord, and for some reason the Valeyard is really eager for the Doctor to be prosecuted, so to test out the Doctor's theory, the Inquisitor calls for the Keeper of the Matrix, a man who sounds rather familiar.
Quite impossible, my lady. No one may enter the Matrix without the key of Rassilon. The Warlord.
We've come full circle now. According to the Keeper, it is impossible to edit the Matrix. The only way in is using the key of Rassilon, but this just isn't true at all. We've seen multiple times different entry points to the Matrix, so he's either lying or just really trying to cover himself. During the conversation we get 2 new arrivals to the station, Glitz and Mel. No Dibber, sadly, but either way they arrive in the nick of time. Who the hell brought them here?
By me, madam.
Oh, no, I really am finished.
Oh my god. It turns out he even has a copy of the Key of Rassilon. Well, this has made a full U-turn. Though for some reason, none of the Time Lords recognise the Master. Not even the Valeyard. And now we get the answers we've been looking for.
When we last met, you expressed interest in a box.
Right.
What was in that box?
Well, I don't know. Scientific stuff, so he said. Stuff the sleepers had been nicking from the Matrix for years.
The Matrix? My Matrix?
Right. Well, it seems the sleepers had found a way to break into the Matrix, and they were creaming off all this high-tech info to take back to Andromeda.
So my theory was right. Or he could be lying.
He's lying, my lady. I don't think so, Stackyard. It all begins to make very good sense.
The High Council moved Earth just to save their own necks. Should have sent the Doctor in to fix it. It worked before. Well, some of the time. But which Doctor should they have sent? The Sixth Doctor or the Valeyard?
Did you call him the Doctor?
There is some evil in all of us, Doctor, even you. The Valeyard is an amalgamation of the darker sides of your nature, somewhere between your 12th and final incarnation. And I may say you do not improve with age.
Then he just makes a run for it, straight into the Matrix, forcing the Doctor and Glitz to come along with him. Luckily for Mel, she can just sit back and watch along. Inside the Matrix, the Doctor has landed in London, I think, but it's a bit different to the real one.
I can't believe you're in there. Glitz!
Why would you even look in there? Glitz arrives in the nick of time with a note from the Master, telling the Doctor exactly where the Valeyard's base is. Speaking of the Master, where the hell actually is he? Some sort of corporeal plane? Did he intercept Glitz to give him the note or something? I'm quite glad Glitz is back, and it's a shame he doesn't appear more often after this, even in expanded media. He's such a snide and sarcastic character that he's a delight to watch, even when he gets hit in the chest with a harpoon. Inside of the fantasy factory, our Matrix duo meet Mr. Popplewick, a brick wall in their journey. First, they need an appointment. Without one, they just can't go in. Or they can? What? So apparently there are two Mr. Popplewick, the junior and the senior. Through the procedure, the junior cannot expect people, but the senior can, but cannot tell the junior. This whole procedure is just so they can see the proprietor, Mr. J.J. Chambers, who is really the Valeyard. Now the Doctor's signed away his remaining lives, he can go on to the waiting room.
Not if it precipitates my meeting with the Valeyard.
Odd waiting room.
This is an illusion. I deny it.
Yeah, slight feeling that won't work like it did last time. What a lovely quicksand effect. Yet again, Glitz saves the day. Sort of. There's the Valeyard? No, he's there. No, there. He really loves that effect. Stop it. Oh, forget it. So the Valeyard has control of the Matrix, or at least this portion of it, and all the trial can do is just sit there and wait, or in Mel's case, get tripped up.
Welcome, Doctor.
The Master! How did he get into the Matrix? So why on earth is he helping the Doctor? He's always tried killing him.
The explanation's quite simple. I want the Valeyard eliminated, and you're the most likely candidate to achieve that. But the Valeyard, the distillation of all that's evil in you, untainted by virtue, the composite of your every dark thought, is a different proposition. Additionally, he's infuriated me by threatening to deny me the pleasure of personally bringing about your destruction.
Makes sense, I guess. With the Doctor put into a catatonic state, he follows the Master's every command, bringing them back to London. Well, Matrix London. Then he's just left there as bait.
You really are a second-rate adversary.
Well, that didn't work.
Transparent ploy.
Nice. He's brought impact feather grenades. Honestly, this gets madder by the minute. I wonder how hard it was for Colin Baker to sit still with all those explosions going off. Should probably ask him that sometime. Upon hearing Mel, the Doctor breaks free from the Master's control. I smell something fishy here. Oh, no, he's back at the trial room, still on trial for genocide. But something's wrong. So this is Mel's interpretation of the Matrix? Or the Doctor's? Oh, that's clever. Good on you, love. Don't fall for the same trick twice. Mel heads in and is greeted by this quite striking image. Oh, there's Glitz. Looks like my uncle after a night in the pub. Just what the hell is wrong with the Doctor?
You've ruined everything.
Ruined? I've just saved your neck.
All you've done is keep me from a confrontation with the Valeyard.
Oh, he had a plan. Never mind, I'm sure there'll be another way. In the Master's TARDIS, he fails to hypnotise Glitz, because he's so selfish, giving the Master a chance to offer him an alternative. If you can't hypnotise him, buy him. Somehow, Glitz finds the Master tape of what was destroyed on Ravelox. How? Did it just happen to be inside of that desk? I'd expect it to be in a databank. Just next door, the Doctor finds all of the members of the trial written on a piece of parchment, all crossed out. Popplewick walks in and walks them across the courtyard, and it turns out Glitz had an agreement with them.
I've done my bit. I've delivered the Doctor. The Matrix memory tapes first.
Oh, very well.
Tell the Doctor I didn't sell him down the Milky Way for nothing.
I'm sure that will be a consolation to him in his final moments.
So, where has the Doctor been taken?
Craftsmanship!
Oh, come on, Doctor, it's not even real.
Shall we?
Oh my god, Popplewick wasn't real either.
So he was the Doctor all the time.
So the Valeyard's plan is to use the Matrix screen to kill all those proceeding over the trial, but the Master reveals that the High Council has been overthrown, and he intends to rule in their place. And now he has control of the Matrix through the secret document.
What's happening? Limbo Limbo.
No way. It's a fake. The Doctor destroys the Vineyard's dial-up modem, causing the screen to explode into a horrible effect. Who thought this was a good idea? The characters don't even react. Is it meant to be killing them, or what? After saving the court, he's acquitted, and it turns out Perry actually survived. Cool, I guess? With the High Council gone, Darkel asks if he will stand.
I have a better idea.
He's going to suggest you stand.
Indeed I am.
Not a bad idea. Oh.
You know, I think I was rash in turning down that offer of the presidency. Oh, carrot juice. Carrot juice, carrot juice, carrot juice.
And just like that, we have the Sixth Doctor's last words, and his last fourth wall break.
Requisition anything you need.
My lady.
So, how was it? Not bad, to be honest. One thing I don't get is that the Doctor's timeline with Mel is now all messed up. I'm sure expanded media probably have an explanation. As for Mel herself, I'm going to save judgment for tomorrow's episode. The Valeyard surviving is just left there. It never comes back in the show and is only addressed in Big Finish. Honestly, I don't have much to say. The story wasn't too confusing. I can see why audiences at the time who could only watch it once would be confused, but I had little trouble. As I said, the only thing I didn't get an answer to is Mel, because the Doctor is not supposed to have meta yet. The Valeyard as a villain is a great idea. He is literally the Doctor, the darker sides of the Doctor. I suppose it's to reflect how dark the Sixth Doctor is, saying that it continues down the rest of his life to his last incarnation, which is something that does actually continue, until Jodie Whittaker, that is. I think Trial of a Time Lord is best represented by this image. Begins well and just goes to pop by the end. But those are just my thoughts. What did fans at the time think? Well, luckily, we can actually find this out.
Are you happy with the new series, Chris?
It doesn't seem to have much to it. It hasn't improved that much since it went off the air. It could have been a lot better. It could have been slightly better written, especially the last story.
Why? The same problem that it was too complicated?
Well, not only that, but it was also very cliched. It was very routine, running up and down corridors and silly monsters.
So pretty much a thumbs down then for this series. Worried concern.
I swear that guy looks familiar. I'll see you tomorrow.